Johnny, question for you.
Yeah.
If I was somewhere in Kokomo and it wasn't our house and it wasn't the flower shop, where would I be?
Easy. Humble home.
Yes, you're right. You guys, listen up. Humble Home is my absolute favorite place to be for so many reasons. No matter what I am looking for, I always check Humble Home first. Clothes, shoes, toys, decor, furniture, makeup, they literally always have something that I need. They have brand name items for cheap. Their inventory is constantly changing, so it's part of my weekly routine to do a Humble Home walkthrough. You absolutely need to stop by. I promise you won't be disappointed. While it is a discount store, it's not your average discount store. It's clean, organized, and everything has its place. I get zero anxiety when I go in, unlike other discount stores. And no matter what you're shopping for, a home project, gifts, home decor, even seasonal decor, they will have it. They are open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 5. You can follow them on Facebook at Humble Home Kokomo and watch for new items every single day. And for our Lafayette, Indiana listeners, I have exciting news. They are opening a second location in Lafayette soon. As soon as I have the details, I will let you know their opening date. Get excited. I'm Kayla Keith, and this is Missing Midwest, a true crime podcast about those that have gone missing. Today's story is about a little boy and a camping trip that ended in a mystery that remains unsolved.
Woof. I love camping.
Not this camping trip. This is a bad camping trip.
Sounds like it's leading to a bad camping trip.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. Before I get started, do you have anything?
Valentine's Day is coming up.
This is Missing Midwest, so you have to listen to all of our announcements.
That's true.
If you subscribed, you wouldn't have to listen to us because we just get right in the case on the subscriber content.
On the murdered cases, yeah.
So on Murdered, if you don't want to hear us, I suppose you could just fast forward through us too, but it would be nicer if you subscribed. Thank you.
I will throw this out there. I'm responsible for the murdered episode yesterday and next week's murdered episode. And next week's episode has connections to Washington, Indiana, where we have some followers. Our first case ever was in Washington, Indiana. And Kokomo, Indiana.
What?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes. So for all those locals, next week's case for Murdered Midwest, going to be a good listen, and it's connected to yesterday's case as well. Actually,
kind of connected.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not connected at all.
It's not, but there's...
He's just trying to get you to listen.
Next week's episode of Murdered Midwest...
It is connected to Kokomo.
Definitely has ties to Kokomo.
And we literally have people listening in Washington, Indiana.
So it happened in Terre Haute.
Like, I can see you all in Washington, Indiana listening every week.
Being hyped about it. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Washington, Indiana is still, like, when you look up, like, our biggest cities.
It is. I know.
I know it's, like, a small town down there, but you guys show out. We appreciate you.
Anything else?
No, it's February now, so like it's business time for Valentine's Day. So talk to your fellas. Jefferson House Flowers. That's the only way to go.
And if you're not in Kokomo, still order direct from a local.
Yeah, don't do the whole
1-800-Flowers.
I don't think we're allowed to say their name legally, but
legally 1-800-Flowers suck.
Jeez. All right.
Legally speaking.
Okay.
No, 1-800-Flowers, Pro Flowers, all those people. That's order gatherers, and all they do is they advertise like crazy deals, and they take your money, and then they give a local florist a very small amount of that money. And then you get really disappointed because when the order comes through on our computer, I see like $50. And so I make a $50 bouquet of flowers, and then the customer will be like, but I paid $125 for that. And I'm like, no, you didn't. And then they find out that all of their money went to like these hidden fees, and it's just really crappy. But when you call a florist directly and you talk to an actual person,
best bang for your buck,
in the town that you are wanting your flowers delivered, then all of your money is going toward your flowers, toward whatever items you buy, and it's supporting local. So make sure you're calling local no matter what city you're in. That is my shameless plug for florists today.
There you go. Best of the best is right here in Kokomo.
I mean, yeah, we're the best ones in Kokomo, but not everybody can live here and have access to my best flower shop. So
we need to take Missing Midwest stickers on Valentine's Day.
I have some on my desk. One of our listeners ordered flowers and contacted us and asked if he could buy the husband did it sticker. The husband probably did it sticker, so he can put it on his Valentine's Day gift, because the husband probably bought the Valentine's Day gift. That's funny. That was hilarious.
Smart.
I thought it was so funny. So that's like his card signature. Nice. The husband probably did it.
Nice.
The husband did do it. The husband always does it.
Relax.
Actually, not on Valentine's Day. We do a lot of flowers that are from secret lovers.
Would you relax?
It's
Gee
so
whiz.
funny.
Moving on. Give me your story.
I want it. It's the tea. The tea. I love it.
I don't
The
care
guy,
about
they're like, I want to buy flowers and I'm going to use my credit card for this one, but then I have another one and I need to pay cash for that one. And I'm like, okay. Happens every year, never fails.
Moving
All right.
on.
No other announcements?
Nope.
Okay. I am ready to take you to Idaho.
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 It's not in the Midwest.
It's not in the Midwest.
Geographically challenged. I'm just letting you know.
One time, for a while, I thought Idaho was in the Midwest until I looked at a map and realized it definitely
The
is
letters were so close to Iowa, you were almost there.
I guess that's what I was thinking. I'm not really sure why, but it's not, in fact, in the Midwest. But
All
we're
right.
going there
There you
anyway because I found this case, and I'll tell you, obviously, all about it.
This might be our first Idaho
Like,
case.
really drew me in this case, okay? So, July 10th, 2015, we are actually in Lemhi County, Idaho. We're camping, so we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so there's not really like a town to like address, okay?
Okay.
Jessica Mitchell and Vernell Kunz, they are engaged to be married, and they have a little boy named DeOrr. Very strange name, DeOrr. Isn't that weird?
Okay.
DeOrr. Vernell's name is actually DeOrr too. He just goes by Vernell. So I'll refer to him as Vernell, the dad. They go on this last minute camping trip on Thursday. They decide that they're going to go camping with Jessica's grandpa Bob and his friend Isaac and their 2-year-old little boy DeOrr. Okay. So Thursday they pack up and they drive like 2.5 hours from their home. They live in Idaho Falls and they drive to Timber Creek Campground. Okay. They set up camp. They have a camper. They set it up. The next morning they get up and they're all hanging out. And Jessica and her fiance Vernell decide that they want to go fishing. There's like a fishing hole nearby. And so according to them, they asked Great Grandpa Bob over here to watch DeOrr. But Grandpa Bob says they never asked him to watch the baby. And so this is our first inconsistency of a long line of inconsistencies to follow.
Oh, no.
I would just like to stop right here and say, why are we asking the great grandpa to watch the 2-year-old? That was immediately weird to me because, like, I read in multiple sources that great grandpa Bob was on oxygen, and like, you are not chasing a child around the wilderness on oxygen. It'd be different if you were in like a contained room and you're like, hey, Grandpa Bob, can you watch my kid? There's 4 walls around him, but like, you're at a campsite, like in the wilderness, like you're good. That kid is not staying in one spot. He's going to have to chase your child. And you're like, yeah, Grandpa, like, here's my 2-year-old. It was just weird to me.
I feel like, my grandma
It's very weird.
is my kid's great grandma. And like right now in her current state, is she capable? Probably. Would she want to? Like, she would be like responsible enough to
I
be
would
like,
never
no.
expect her to.
Yeah,
She's not on oxygen.
I would
Like,
never be like, Grandma, you're watching her tonight. Like,
no, especially out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Where you're not
that's-
used to your surroundings. I don't even know.
ill-advised move.
I thought it was weird. Other people on the internet think it's weird too, so I have their support. So like I
Obviously,
said,
doesn't either. They didn't ask him, or
yeah,
he doesn't
so
remember.
Grandpa Bob is like, nobody freaking asked me to watch a 2-year-old. And
Yikes.
Jessica and Vernon are like, well, Grandpa Bob has DeOrr. So 30 minutes later, when they get back to the campsite, they're like, hey, where's our kid? And he's like, I thought he was with you. And they're like, no, I thought he was with you. And then panic happens because they realize that this child, who is 2 years old, is absolutely nowhere to be found. So they spend the next hour like searching the campsite themselves, thinking he's 2. Like, how far could a 2-year-old wander? And after about an hour, they're like, yeah, we need help because obviously he's not here. And so they call the police. It takes the police about 2 hours to actually get there because it's pretty like remote wilderness that they're like camping in. They said the closest town was like 30 minutes away. And so, yeah, they're like pretty much out there. The police come in and apparently it's like pretty normal for people to go missing in this, like, it's like a state park. And so they're like, yeah, people go missing, people wander away from their campsites, but we usually always find everybody literally within like 2 hours. Like, nobody's ever, like, there's no like cases of like people actually like
being gone forever
here. And so they're pretty confident that they're going to be able to find this little boy. Again, one of the sheriffs was like, he's 2. Like, how far could he have actually gotten? And it was only 30 minutes. Like, you know, he's not maliciously running away. He just wandered away. And so they bring in ATVs, helicopter, dogs, everything. Obviously, they go to the creek for Timber Creek Campground. They go to the creek first because that's everybody's mind. Like, somebody, he drowned in the water. There's absolutely no sign of him by the creek or in the creek. They put divers in, everything, and they're like, we don't think he's in the creek. There was a reservoir of water that they went fishing at too, and they checked that. Divers, everything, he's not in there.
Bo Digital is the secret ingredient you need for success in marketing your small business. From logos and flyers to social media and videos, Bo Digital can create the marketing you need to set yourself apart. Oh, and they build websites too. Not only do they help my small business, but did you know that they help many others around Kokomo too, including Solidarity Community Credit Union, the Lindy Owsley and Chanel Cahill Real Estate Team, Hope Behavioral Services, and even the Kokomo Symphony. Let Bo build a custom plan for you today. Learn more at bowdigital.com. That's BOWE digital.com.
They decide after 48 hours of searching that they were no longer going to welcome volunteers to help.
Interesting.
And so the public was kind of like, what? Like, you have all these, they had like 170 volunteers from the public to like come out and help. And they were like, yeah, this is like really dangerous terrain. And like, we're
not trying to lose you too.
Yeah, literally. They're like, we don't have time to stop and help you all when you get lost. And so they were like, yeah, we're only leaving this to professionals now. So 48 hours goes by and like, they haven't found him. And so now they're like panicking. Okay.
I mean, I'm just going to stop you right here and tell you that A, I'm not taking my 2-year-old anywhere near terrain like this.
Yeah.
And B, if I do, I'm never letting go of them. I'm not dishing them off on somebody else.
Yeah. Very strange. If the police are like, this is too dangerous for like
you volunteer
adults, then I don't know why your 2-year-old was there, but whatever. That's gonna be the very first of me
judgment
for the parents here. So they bring in cadaver dogs, okay, and they're looking for this little boy. He is so cute, Johnny. Like literally blonde hair, like just the chubbiest cheeks. He's so adorable. And the dogs hit a scent, okay? Cadaver dogs hit a scent.
Oh, no.
However, they realized that within that 48 hours where they were, like, searching this national park, they did not, like, secure it, like, from people coming in and out, because at some point within that 48 hours, somebody had came into the park to scatter their loved one's remains at the water, to which the dogs were alerting on a dead body because they were picking up the remains that were scattered. And it just completely threw, like, the dogs were like, yep, we found him. And they're like, oh no, wrong body. Like, it totally messed it up.
I hope that dog still got a treat for that.
That's true. But yeah, like, so, like, why are we not securing the scene here? I'm not really sure. And so, July 30th, FBI steps in. So he disappeared on July 10th. July 30th, after like all search after search after search, the FBI steps in, okay? And then in August, a retired U.S. Marshal reaches out to the family and was like, I'm a PI, like, I will help, okay? He said, I'm going to do my own investigation. This entire time, Jessica and Vernell and Grandpa Bob and his friend, everybody, they are like very helpful. Like, they've taken polygraphs. They're holding prayer vigils, candlelight vigils. They're all over social media, all over the news, like posting, doing what a family would be doing. 100% like doing what they should be doing, okay? So PI Frank Vilt joins the he makes his own investigation for the family. And after 1 week, he comes back and he's like, DeOrr has been kidnapped. He said there's only one road in and out of that campground. No one heard or saw any cars. And he's like, I think I also know who did it. And he said that when he was interviewing Jessica and Vernell, Jessica, so the morning that they woke up in the campground, they went in, I told you there was a town like 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
They drove into the town to go to the convenience store with DeOrr. And Jessica said when they were there was a man and he had like long white hair and he was creepy. And she said he kept staring at DeOrr enough that it made her uncomfortable. And so she took him back out to the car and she let Vernell like finish shopping without them because she went and put him back in the car.
Creepy status.
And she said he was driving a Jeep. And so Frank obviously is like, okay, like, how are we going to find this guy? I don't know how, but like, that's definitely like a suspect right there.
For the PI, that's a person
For the
of
PI,
interest.
a
for
person
sure.
of interest, yes. And so a week later, Frank had his own tip line set up as well. And a woman called in, and she said that the same day that DeOrr went missing, her and she had 2 young boys, were out hiking in the area, and there was a man with long white hair that she had to leave because he was following her and making her so uncomfortable.
On the same day?
On the same day. He was looking at her little kids, her little
Yuck.
boys, and he was driving a Jeep.
Well, I mean, same
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
And so Frank is like, we have to find this man. And so he does. He finds a
Frank, not messing around.
Frank finds a long white-haired man that drives a Jeep. And the guy is like, yes, I live here. And he said, I've been to that store before, but I was not there that day. He said and he knew exactly where he was, and they were able to verify, like, he was never at the store that day.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, and he had absolutely no connection to any of this, like, nothing. So Jessica and Vernell, so that's like dead end for the.
But like,
for the
I mean,
PI.
did they show Jessica a picture of this exact guy?
I don't know if they did.
Out in the middle
I don't
of nowhere,
know how they
guys with
identified
long
him,
white
but
hair
like
sound like a real.
Frank was able to fully rule out that this
that
man
individual.
and even the store owner even knew the individual because they were friends. So he was like, yes, he comes here all the time, but like, he was not here that day, and they verified he was not there that day. He had an alibi.
Interesting.
So Jessica and Vernell doing what they do, very, very active. Okay, very active and active and cooperative is how the sheriff's department described this mother and father. Okay, in September, a picture pops up on Facebook. Okay, of a little boy that was found wandering around a hotel in California. Let me just tell you, everybody freaks out because it looks just like DeOrr. Like, I'm going to show you a picture of the little boy that they found, like, wandering around, and DeOrr, okay?
Okay.
Ready? Those are not the same kid.
I mean, they look.
They look identical.
I mean, just from this picture, the only tell I feel like would be the hair.
I don't even, it's crazy. And so that thing, that pops up online, and like, this is DeOrr and this is the kid they found, and they're like, what is, like, this is DeOrr. And so they go there and they like find this kid, this police department that found this kid. He was like wandering around this hotel. Okay. And it's not DeOrr. It's just a kid that looks like him. This lady, this kid had like wandered away from his mom, and so they were able to rule it out.
Goodness.
And they found his home, but like, that was kind of like, they
would be
really thought it was
heartbreaking.
over. They really
Yeah,
thought it was
yeah.
over. And that really like confirmed that, yeah, he was kidnapped for Frank and the family. But it wasn't.
Man.
Yeah. So not long after this, Frank, the PI, okay,
Yeah.
quits. Just up and freaking quits.
Like
He
overall, like just the case, or quits being a PI.
quits the case. Helped the family for 6 weeks, making headway on the case, and then just, he's like, he contacted them wanting to help. And then he's like, yeah, I'm done. He sent a letter to the family, but he would not say what it said. He said it was private, and the family said it was private. And so the family hires another PI named Philip Klein from Texas, and Frank is out. Okay. So Philip on the scene now.
I mean,
Philip's-
Frank was doing work.
Frank was doing really good. Yeah. So Philip comes in. Frank's up to bat. Frank's out.
Philip's
Philip's up to bat. He's like, I'm going to be the one to solve this. I know what I'm doing. I will figure this out. Okay. Philip Klein. And so searches are still happening from the local police department. They do dives. They take dogs all the time. Like, they really are working. They just have not found anything. So January of 2016 rolls around. So this happened in July of 2015.
Let's say like 6 months later.
6 months out. And the press reveals a letter that was sent to them, okay? The local press. And it, like, blows up on the internet, okay? This is a letter from Frank, okay?
From Frank?
From Frank.
To the local news.
The letter that he wrote the family, he sent it to the media.
Oh.
Yeah, it's some tea. I'm going to read it to you, okay?
Whoa.
Dear DeOrr and Jessica, as I previously informed you today via my text to your telephone at 8:31 a.m., I am withdrawing from the investigation because of circumstances beyond my control including but not limited to a breach of trust on your part concerning your refusal to allow me to take this case national. I am perplexed as to why you did not want me to advertise the $20,000 reward. I was willing to put up my personal funds in the hope that the public could provide information leading to the whereabouts of your son. When I agreed to assist you, I informed you that I would work for my out-of-pocket expenses. I was willing to forego my normal hourly fee. My stipulation was that both of you had to be absolutely truthful with me. I told both of you that if I ever felt that you were not telling the truth, stalling me, or otherwise misleading me, that I would withdraw from the investigation. In my professional opinion, both of you lied and misrepresented the true facts that could solve the mystery of your missing son. There are other aspects of this case that I cannot go into at this time, but simply put, I believe the searches will all be non-productive. The searches are only used by you to cover the possible crime that one or both of you have committed. My suggestion is that you fully cooperate with the Limhi County Sheriff's Department and tell the truth. I do not appreciate that one or both of you are spreading rumors that you paid me. I have not received reimbursement for any of my expenses. I also feel that you're exploiting the public for financial gain. How can you live with yourselves? Sooner or later, the truth will come out.
Whoa. I mean, gee
Frank
whiz.
coming in hot, right?
And Frank was doing work, too. So
Frank is like, yeah.
I like Frank.
Oh, yeah, we love Frank.
But that is brutal.
He's right. I mean,
I mean,
good for him. Frank found some shit.
And was like,
and
listen,
they weren't letting. He was going to put up $20,000 of his own money, and they didn't let him. What kind of parent says nope? We don't want a $20,000 reward on our missing son. Please.
Also, he's a detective. If you're lying, he's gonna know.
Yeah.
You were lying to a detective.
So everyone is like, oh, okay. So at this point, the public is like really behind Jessica and Vernell, and now they're like, wait a minute, like I
Frank
just did it. I did. Wait a minute.
You did. I also wanted to remember last week when you called me detective, and that's pretty cool. All right, go ahead.
So here comes Philip, the current PI, and he's like, I second all of this. They're lying. Yeah. He said from what? Yeah. Philip is like, Frank is right. From what I've found in my investigation, Jessica and Vernell have taken multiple polygraphs with the sheriff's department, and they told me that they have passed them all. But I recently found out that they have not passed any of them.
Whoa.
They have been lying to their personal investigators. And so the PI, like, apparently, I don't know who from the police department was like, yeah, the PI's like, man, I mean, they're passing their polygraphs. And the police department was like, wait, what?
Time again?
They haven't passed anything.
Yeah.
Apparently all the polygraphs came back as like being deceptive.
Oh, really?
Inconclusive or showing deception.
Woof.
Yeah. And when Philip confronted Vernell about this, he got super, super defensive. I'm giving you a very brief overview of this case. There is so much. There's a phone call between Philip and Vernell that gets heated because Philip is like mad that Vernell is mad that Philip's confronting him about the polygraph. And Philip's like, I'm trying to freaking help you and you're lying. Like, it's crazy. And so Philip gets fired by Vernell and Jessica because he is on board with the you're lying train, obviously.
So what are like the actual detectives saying about all this? I feel like these are PIs that we're talking about.
Well,
right
that's different than a detective.
I mean, I know.
So the sheriff department hasn't really, they've been playing it close to the chest. They're not saying a whole lot to the public. It's only been 6 months. Obviously, they're keeping some things like secret and trying to like keep the integrity
I can't imagine being the police department and seeing like the picture of the kid. Like, oh, well, there he is.
Yeah. So Philip says that a member of the family is anonymously paying him to keep working the case, though.
Whoa.
So even though Vernell and Jessica fired him,
wait a minute,
Philip is still on the case.
Frank's probably like, let me get at that.
Yeah. And so he does not give up. And so it's like around this time, this 6 month mark, the police come forward and officially name the parents as suspects. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
The reason that the police say that they're naming them as suspects is because their stories keep changing. Literally, everything these people say, like, has changed and is not true. So this is just a few of the things that there's a website, and I'll tell you about the website at the end more, but like there is a list on this website of inconsistencies that they have mapped out, and like these are just a few of them. So they like originally said that the morning that they took DeOrr to that convenience store, you know, that there was like this big truck and DeOrr loved it, and the truck driver picked him up and put him on the driver's seat and let him like honk the horn and do all this stuff, and he was so excited. And so they're like, okay, well, let's find this truck driver. Like, did you physically see this little boy that morning? And they find the truck driver because he delivers beer to that convenience store. And the convenience store is like, yeah, I know him. He's my delivery driver. He's here all the time. And so he's like, that never happened.
Whoa.
He said, I'm not, like, I'd get fired if I put a kid in the cab of my truck. Like, that's against company policy. Like, I'm not allowed to do that. Like, he goes, I never saw a kid that morning. And then they, like, said that they stopped for gas. And she said that there was this gas station attendant that was, like, loved DeOrr, and he was playing peekaboo with him through the car window. And so
They're
they went
like
to the
making up suspects.
making up stuff.
What?
And it's like, are they trying to create a timeline of, like, we had DeOrr? And then they go and they find the gas station, and he's like, there was an empty car seat in the car. He goes, but I never played peekaboo with a kid.
Oh my gosh.
He said they didn't have a kid with them. They also had said, so they said that he was wearing boots and like a jacket and like the clothes that he went missing. And well, Philip, they got evicted from a house after the disappearance. And so Philip, the PI, he went to the landlord and got permission to, because they left a whole bunch of their crap, which crappy renters to do that, but completely irrelevant to the story. But they left a whole bunch of crap, and so him and his team went in and they like looked through all this stuff, and they found the exact clothes that they said he went missing.
Wait a minute. So oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah. And they also found like a sippy cup and a blanket that they said were missing from the campsite. Like, did someone take him and like, what, a 2-year-old keep his sippy cup and blanket with him at all times? Like, or did someone take him and his sippy cup and blanket? They found him in the house. So, like, just completely not consistent, changing stories, tons of stuff, lying all the time. Grandpa Bob also changed his story over and over. At first, he said that he thought that he was with the parents. But then another time, he was like, no, he was with me. And I saw him out of the corner of my eye playing. And then when I went back into the camper to get something, I came back out and he was gone. And they're like, but you just said that you thought he was with his parents. And then, like, the next interview, he was like, yeah, I thought he was with his parents. And then at one point during an interview, because he's interviewing with so many people, like, we got 2 PIs and the police. And so in one of the interviews, I don't know which one it was, he said that he thought there might have been an accident that happened. And they're like, wait, what accident?
Seriously?
Like, you said that he was with the parents.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, not an accident. I just think maybe, like, just very fishy. Something stinks around this case, okay? So the police announced that they believe this is 100% a homicide, and they don't even think that DeOrr went camping. Like, they don't think he was with the family camping.
Wow.
They think that they either purposefully or accidentally murdered him at their home 2.5 hours away, and then all went camping as a way to, like,
And made
cover
this
it
whole
up,
thing
and
up.
made the entire thing up. Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty elaborate cover.
Yeah.
Did you know the Jefferson House of Flowers has been a local Kokomo florist for almost 100 years? Our trained designers make beautiful arrangements for literally any occasion. You can send flowers for any reason. Birthdays, anniversaries, get well, congratulations. The list goes on. We make flowers for funerals, weddings, proposals, and even proms. Let's be honest. Receiving flowers, whether you're at home or at your work, it makes you feel special. You get butterflies and you feel loved, and that's what sending flowers is all about, the feeling it creates. Call us at 765-452-8269 and let us create something special and send it out for you. Or you can stop in and see us at 4300 West, 100 North Kokomo. We always have a cooler full of flowers that are ready to go, as well as a boutique full of gifts. Shop local, support local, and send flowers.
However, Grandpa Bob's friend that went camping with him, Isaac, he's adamant that DeOrr was with him. Them camping. He's like, yeah, like, no. He was like an avid fisherman, and so he was fishing a lot of the time on this trip. He was actually off fishing when Vernell and Jessica went to go fishing and left DeOrr. But he was like, no, like, when we went on Thursday, we all drove up together. Like, we cooked marshmallows Thursday night around the campfire. Like, DeOrr was there. Like, he was camping with us. So he's adamant that he doesn't know what happened. But so the family's like, is Isaac in on it? Is Grandpa Bob in? Like, what is going on? They do not have what they need to arrest anybody, though. Like, they have nothing.
Sure.
So July 2016 rolls around, 1 year later, and Philip announces that they found the clothing that Jessica and Vernell told police that he was wearing, you know?
Yeah.
So that's more suspicious stuff. And then the PI announces that he cannot find a single person that saw DeOrr other than the family that day.
I mean, that's...
So he thinks that, like, he's on with the police. He's like, I don't think he went camping at all. Like, I don't think he was with them at the convenience
You know it's bad when
store.
PIs are teaming up with real investigators against the family.
So since this has happened, the police have been... So this is the other thing that's weird, too. So I think the police must know something, obviously, because the police have been back to the campground many times for searches. So, like, they say that they don't think he was at the campground, but maybe they think that they disposed of him there. But why would you say he went missing from there, knowing that you disposed his body there?
Yeah, that
It doesn't make sense. And
But
so,
speaking of not making sense, though, I mean...
this entire case does not make sense. Nothing has happened since this.
So wait, these people are still, like, free?
Jessica and Vernell split up about a year after he went missing, called off their engagement. Jessica has since then gotten remarried, and nothing has happened. It's insane. So I will say, though, through all of this research that I've been doing and everything, literally I've been doing this podcast for 2 years, researching tons of cases. I have never found a website that is better than the website for DeOrr. This, and I don't know, I literally have been, like, trying to figure out, like, who runs this website, because it's not the family, okay? It's justiceforbabydeorr.com, and somebody knows, first of all, just from a marketing standpoint, I love to do marketing. Somebody knows what they're doing. The setup of this website's amazing. It has so much freaking information on this website, like breaking news and update tab, question of the day, and it's just, they post a question and then they, like, all these different things. And let me tell you, there's some real big question marks in this case, but, like, the amount of information on here is crazy. There's a ways to help tab, and it tells you, like, how you can help with this case, facts and info, and it has, like, all the timelines. It has, like, news articles, letters, posting from the mom and dad. There's videos. There's the investigators. Apparently, from what I have gathered, Philip Klein is, like, still leading this case. I don't know if he's just, like, taking
the PI.
I don't know if
PI number 2.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just taking a special interest to this case, but that's insane. So it was here yesterday. It's not on here anymore. But there was, when you got on here, oh, here it is. No, it says in a big red banner, it says lawsuit is in progress. And it says the advocate for DeOrr, the owner of this website, and another person are currently being sued by DeOrr's father, Vernell Kunz, for slander and emotional damage. While things may slow down via social media, this case is still moving in the background, and we encourage everyone to share DeOrr's face with everyone they know to keep this case alive. And then there is a letter to Vernell D. Kunz.
Oh, I can't wait for you to read this.
And it basically says, I am writing to apology to publicly acknowledge and express my deep regret for my actions in relation to the case of your son, DeOrr Kunz Jr. I realize now that I may have made a grave mistake. I have accused and accentuated you of being responsible for his disappearance. That was 100% wrong and inexcusable. I can kind of feel like she's, like, lying. I don't know if that's, like, a true public apology or if she's being made to do it because she's being sued.
My lawyer said to say
My
this.
lawyer said I have to write this letter and post it on my website, so here it is. But also, like, if you're not getting sued by somebody in the search for a missing child, then you're not doing it right. I have said before, like, if I think that you're responsible for hurting somebody I love, like, I will go to jail. I will get sued because, yes, I'm going to slander your name. I will be in your front yard with a sign every day. And this lady, apparently that's what she's doing because she's getting sued. I think rightfully so. Vernell, obviously, something's going on. Like, Vernell's not being truthful. Jessica's not being truthful. The letter is signed, it says, as to the action filed against me, I agree and I understand. You agree that we shall each be responsible for paying our attorneys. I hope this apology can be a step forward. Sincerely, Candy Pearson and Manny Ibarra. And so I assume those two people are the owners of this website because it says the advocate for DeOrr and the owner of this website are another person are currently being sued. So I don't know what connection this Candy Pearson and Manny Ibarra, I actually emailed them because I have a lot of questions. And I haven't gotten a response back. I don't know what connection they have, but they are freaking doing work for DeOrr. I mean, they have a
seriously,
YouTube channel.
This is an amazing
It's an amazing website. It has like it's just a lot. It's one of the best websites I've ever seen. And it's not even the family. Like, I don't think, unless Candy Pearson is like a cousin or somebody, maybe she has. I literally emailed him. I was like, I just want to know what your connection is to this case, because you have clearly put so much work into this website. And you're getting sued because you are just on it. And also good for you for getting sued. I think that's great. I love the letter though. She's like, my lawyer told me to say I'm sorry, so I'm sorry. And so, yeah, that's the case. There's tons of news coverage on it. It's insane. It really is. Also, I found some lady, Klein is on the case. They are trying to raise $20,000. There's a GoFundMe for the Kleins. And when you click on the GoFundMe, this money, it says toddler DeOrr Kunz disappeared on a camping trip in the remote Idaho mountains. No sign of him has been found. Are his mom and dad hiding something? And Callie Pearson is the organizer of this fundraiser, but the money is going to Caroline Klein. So is Caroline Klein Philip's wife? Are the Kleins just like deciding that we're going to solve this because we like, I don't know. Like, yeah. And so it says this GoFundMe is set up to raise the funds needed for the Klein's team travel and the costs as he works on the DeOrr case. So I believe this money, I mean, it is obviously, it's going to Philip Klein and his team to solve this case. So, I mean, if you want to donate to that, that's awesome. They're trying to get to $20,000.
Honestly,
Callie Pearson, whoever you are, you're a bad bitch because you are
that's a compliment.
It's a compliment. You're I don't know. I mean, you're not his mom, but there's some mama bear vibes going on here because she is like, she's organizing this. It says she's the owner of this freaking awesome website.
Honestly, like this website's worth looking at.
No,
just because like if something ever happens in your life, like this is the kind of website that makes it helpful for people like us to make a podcast or other reporters. I mean, like there's so much information.
Internet sleuths.
Yeah.
And when I say I scratched the surface of it, you guys, there's some tea on here. There really is. So I would get on there, take a look around, see if you can know anything, see anything, saw anything. You can buy DeOrr Kunz apparel.
Really?
Yes. They have story cards made up about it, and you can get on here, right here. It's a DeOrr Kunz awareness package, and it's $13, and it comes with flyers that they will send to you to pass out, to keep with you. They're like little postcards. Like I'm not kidding you. They got it together, and it's so awesome. Right here, reach out to Manny Ibarra, and it has his phone number for pickup, or email us at justiceforbabyDeOrr to get your little cards. And it's just, he's so cute. Look at him.
Man.
And so they've actually, it looks like too, they've come up, so Breathe Hope is this like thing here. I literally might order one because I just love it. Everyone has the same question, where's Baby DeOrr? And it says, the Kleins are back on the case, consider donating. But then there's like these QR codes, and they have a tab for the missing, and it is all kids that have disappeared under suspicious circumstances involving their parents.
Wow. Jeez.
I mean, they are coming after everybody. I love it. And so I just want to meet whoever Callie Pearson is that's getting sued, because like I said, she is doing crap. She's doing good. So yeah, take a look at that website. We'll post a picture of Baby DeOrr. He's still missing. His parents are just out there. I think it's pretty obvious that they have something to do with it. I'll probably get sued next for saying that. I don't know. Good luck suing me. You can have my, what do we have?
Yarn.
I have some yarn. Johnny probably wants to get rid of my yarn. So yeah, take a look at that. Share it. Someone knows something.
If you like Missing Midwest, you will love Murdered Midwest. For just $5 a month, you can get access to an extra episode each week, plus over 50 backlogged episodes. Subscribe using the link in the show notes. This podcast is a So.Will.I.Studos production. So Will I.
Stanley Cleaning Company has an exciting new service they are offering, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Laundry. Yes, they will come to your house, and for $15 a load, they will pick it up, take it, wash it, dry it, fold it, and bring it back to you. This is something I have dreamed about since I became an adult and started doing laundry on my own. Hit them up and get your place cleaned and your laundry done by my friends over at Stanley Cleaning Company. You can find them on Facebook or give her a call or a text at 765-860-3606.